Welcome back to File Under Fire, a wrestling review podcast. My name is Brady. I am your host. Joining with me, as always, is Dom.
Hello, guys. Sorry.
And Avi.
Howdy, Brady. Why are you going 1.5 speed, bro?
Dude, that's like a bit I have with myself in my head to try and see how fast I can do the intro. And our very special guest, the closest we will ever get to having Dave Meltzer on the podcast.
What?
It is Jom.
Oh, well, I was gonna say good afternoon, but I don't know if I'm gonna say that anymore.
I was piss him off right at the beginning of the podcast.
What is your problem?
So do you guys? So like, I brought this up in our like private group chat, not the one with Jom in it. That I was gonna call him. That I was gonna call him the closest we'll ever get to Dave Meltzer. And Alba was like, he's gonna be pissed off that you said that. But to my defense, you're like, I don't know, in my headcanon of like in my headcanon of people whose opinions actually matter.
Oh, true.
You are the highest. So compared to how everybody else thinks, where everyone else in the world thinks that fucking Dave's opinion matters. So you're my Dave, is what I'm telling you.
We're like 30 layers deep into this shit.
My Dave. We've already got the name of the pod.
What? You're my Dave?
You're my Dave.
Dude, you should not trust my opinions like that. Sometimes I'll put stuff on Twitter that I don't agree with just to muddy the waters and to ruin my sons. Convince my sons to think something bad. Like, you shouldn't just believe me like that.
No, that's good, man. That's like trying to find a leak, like spreading a lie to try to find a leak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, put a bad opinion out there to see who's just fucking
regurgitating.
Yeah.
Idea.
Obviously, Jom.
Bruh.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Why did that motherfucker Nate tell me that Triple H vs. Eugene was a good match to watch, and I actually watched it, and like, I didn't what the fuck?
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's like when that fucking Triple H and Tajiri match dropped on the Vault, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is probably good," and then we all watched it and all went, "No, it's just a Triple H match."
Dude, that match was like awesome because I remember like the big talking point was that, oh, this was like a top 5 match of the year in a Japanese wrestling magazine. And what people didn't say is that magazine is like super Fed pilled. Like, they just love the Fed. So like,
dude, it's awesome.
If Tajiri cannot get a good match out of you, it's over.
It wasn't even that it was a bad match. It was just a Triple H match.
I didn't watch it, so.
It was like one of the Hogan in Japan matches where people like will clip out him doing like a kitchen sink and go, "Whoa!"
My glorious nation.
He did something other than the big boot and the leg drop. Look at him, he's great.
Dude, boots and leg drops are fucking sick.
Yeah, dude, that rules. Nippon wins again.
Wins again.
Job, how did you get to the point where you are? Because at some point, your name just became synonymous with everything that my friend group talked about. I don't know how it happened. It was just like one day it was like you were omnipresent. So,
I mean, I just kind of, I don't know really how it happened myself. I think at some point when I was like 17, I developed a sickness and I haven't been able to kick it. And now I'm just deep in the muck and like.
How long have you been watching wrestling?
Dude, since I was like 9. Like,
and how old are you?
I'm 23. So I've been watching it longer since my brother's been alive, and that's a crazy thing to say.
That's a crazier thought that I have been watching wrestling longer than you. That's fucked up.
Wow, shit.
Because I started watching wrestling when I was like 6 or 7. And I'm 25.
I've been since I was 6 or 7 years old.
I think it's very different to say I've been watching SmackDown for 20 years.
Birdman says to Lil Wayne.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyway, to keep with the kind of theme of the evil shit that John watches, this week is all just evil ass matches. I mean, obviously John brought something that he feels is him, personified. But the rest of us, I mean, this is like an all timer. Like, I don't know if we've ever had a week this good. I'll say that straight up.
I knew I had to bring something J and D or something sleazy.
Something
That's-
sleazy. Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
I mean,
that's-
we all got a little bit of sleaze to it. That's I mean,
Mine is pure class, baby.
Oh shit.
Nah, dude. Greg Valentine like lives in strip clubs. You look at that man.
He does always have that big ass chain on. You ever watch any of his shoot?
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
always got that big
yeah,
ass chain.
yeah.
He just looks. I mean, what a crazy looking fucking person, huh?
Honestly, is there a normal looking person on this episode?
Roddy looks pretty hot in that match.
Hamaguchi is like a smoke show man.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, you said put him up there with like Masa Saito.
Ah, yeah, dude. Masa Saito has to be like a top 5 hot Japanese wrestler. Not to be Utopia Korea for a second.
No, that's okay. We actually have been talking about this. We were talking about Shinya, Masa Saito, and I came in today and said, "Well, we got to put Hamaguchi in there, just on the strength of this match, on his lustrous locks in this match."
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah, I guess get into it. It is Genichiro Tenryu and Moroshi Okoma, fuck that up, versus Riki Choshu and Animal Hamaguchi from All Japan 1385. This is Jom's pick. You get it.
It's good as shit, boy.
I didn't even realize until today that we have 2 Tenryu matches.
Yeah, I was just.
Dude, I said that in the chat.
Did-
I said it's Henry week.
Yeah.
Shows how much I pay attention.
Oh, it's 2 very different Tenryus.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Very different.
2 very different iterations of Tenryu.
I mean, you got to think it's 25 years different between these two. Somehow,
35 years different.
is it?
Wait,
No,
I'm bad at math.
it's 25. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, my bad.
Notoriously bad at math.
This is a common thing on the podcast.
Notoriously bad at math podcast. Yeah.
You motherfuckers always ask me somehow.
Hey
about
Dom,
math.
Dom, what's
Yo, what's up?
2010 minus 1985?
You would think I would know that. But
Is that 35?
Yeah, because weren't you born in 85?
maybe, perhaps. I was about to say that, and I was like, no, let me not say that.
Yeah.
I started doing the math in my head. I'm like,
Weren't you
this happened-
born
this
in
happened 2 months before I was
1965?
born. John,
That's-
this is right after Choshu comes into All Japan, right? This is like one
This
of the
is,
first Asian Gundam matches.
Not only is it one of the first matches, so the first match from the invasion is like right at the end of December of the
Yeah.
last year, but that one doesn't get broadcast on TV for like another week. This is Choshu's first All Japan TV appearance.
okay.
And we were talking about this too, but like we did a Choshu match recently on here. We did Fujiwara Choshu.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just remarkable how he carries around just the most nuclear crowd wherever he goes.
Dude, the crowd is so hot, like, just for Choshu and Tenryu to, like, look at each other, you know? Like, it's...
Yeah.
Oh, I was too, man.
Yeah, and then he gets fucking bitch smacked. It was funny. Bitch, you want bitch?
Yeah, he gets in there, just low.
He's astonished. He's like, "What? You really just fucking do that?"
But they're wild for Choshu.
Oh,
like-
yeah.
They chant Choshu, they chant Hamaguchi. I think the only person who doesn't get a chant until like almost the end of the match is Tenryu.
You're right. Yeah. They start chanting for Okuma and shit. Like they're getting when he starts throwing the headbutts to like the bridge of the nose, they start freaking the fuck out.
That was when
so
when you first recommended this match a couple weeks ago. I watched it like immediately, and that was what stood out to me, like the targeted, like tactical headbutts that he's throwing. You look at this lineup and you think, he's going to be like, no disrespect, but he's going to be like the least of these guys.
He's the weakest of the four links. Yeah,
but he has an unbelievable performance here.
Yeah,
in my opinion, he's so proud, and he wants to take on these invaders so bad.
He's like an All Japan grandpa. He's been there since like the beginning, and like Tenryu is like he's the fucking young buck. He's like fighting, no matter Nick. He's like fighting hard and trying to like defend his new home. Like Okuma's just like an elder statesman. Like he's like just like you shouldn't even be here. You guys got to go back to Shin Nihon.
It is kind of crazy for you to say fucking that like Tenryu is a young buck here, but like he somehow still looks like old, if that makes sense. Like
they had the right amount of lead in the water back then to make people look
old. he just looks like he's been through 30 years of shit. Already.
I mean, he was like a sumo for like 15 years. Like he did go through 30 years of shit, basically. So much chonko, so fat.
And I don't associate. Maybe this is me being wrong and not having seen enough, but like the pure disdain that he has for his opponent, that is like a Tenryu trademark. I don't really associate that with like 85 Tenryu. Maybe it's just Choshu.
maybe he just really hates Choshu.
Yeah, pulling it out of him. I mean, that's what people ascribe the Jumbo Tsuruta like leap to, right? Is just his pure hatred of Choshu makes him evil, and then he's just evil forever.
One of the first things I wrote in my notes was Tenryu makes me feel something, because he's just like staring daggers. Both,
yeah, they have like a gravitational pull.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this match, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
Dude. Also, I do want to mention, it's plain, like, it's pretty obvious, but literally all these dudes are built like brick shit houses. Like, these are, like, there is not a small person in this match. There's
no.
Like, the small...
it's not. They don't have show muscles. Like, these look like guys who could like rip you limb from limb.
Yeah.
These like scary dudes you'd encounter in like a bar. These aren't like these aren't like bodybuilders. These are like actually scary motherfuckers.
Yeah, like they are the epitome of what a wrestler should be, because they still look strong.
Yeah, farm strength basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like a. Kind of like a real true heavyweight.
And they carry themselves that way, and I think that's why like there's so much tension in the air to start this match, and they milk it so beautifully, and that is like such a lost art.
Mm-hmm.
Of playing with that tension and like letting it build. And I love how Tenryu wants in and Akuma's trying to like push him out, but they do start out with the hot pair.
Yeah,
they get that dick measuring contest right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And like
fucking smack each other like sumo style. That's awesome.
I mean, dude, the hot start with the like lockup, everything there is so good. Like it's not like the perfect like picture perfect like training match thing, like. Choshu goes to up and over him, and he has to stop.
Dude, yes, like in the middle of his run, he like catches him, and there's like a moment where he's like, "Okay, now I actually have to pick this fucker up."
Yeah.
And like the second he goes over, you can hear the crowd go like, "What?"
Yeah. I mean, the crowd's pretty much at a fever pitch the whole match. Like, this maybe is the loudest of the four crowds we'll talk about, like, and that's not saying that the other ones are quiet, but
you can't hear the crowd in Dom's match over the wrestlers.
Yeah,
True.
I had to turn that shit down.
And in my match, you can't really hear it over the commentators. But yeah, dude, it's the crowd is electric.
But I think you always get that with Choshu, and you always get that with Tenryu, where there's like this like heightened like anticipation and excitement, and they know how to play it, and so you get like a double dose of it.
Yeah. And like, dude, I didn't even write like a bunch of stuff because like I was just like so mesmerized, and like I don't know, what would you say, like the first half, like it's not like it's a ton of crazy spots.
Well, it's all headbutts and toe kicks and
it's all nasty stuff.
And,
yeah. Choking each other out and.
Bro, I like when they do like the silly little like, me and my partner are gonna forearm you in the back a bunch, and then something makes him mad, and he's like, "I'm just fuck you, fuck smack."
Oh, that's what I put. What I wrote down was Okuma will not be bitched. They try to get him with those double clubs, and he just stands up, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they try to like bend him back over, and he just like no, like get the fuck out of here.
He does not go for Choshu at all.
No, and like that's Okuma the whole match. Is he's like, I will not be bitched out. There's like the whole fucking thing. The whole Sasori Gatame struggle where Choshu's like trying to put it in and put it on Tenryu, and Okuma just keeps coming in and either headbutting him or like stomping him as hard as he can, and it's like scary how hard he's
like
him.
Yeah, he's like not acknowledging the ref at all except to run around him.
Yeah,
it actually reminded me of like teaching. He is paying him no mind except to like evade him.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, they're
close.
No,
that's what I meant. He's so proud in this match, and it really like pops. I don't know. Everybody's perfect here, and what I was saying to John as I was watching it, this match is like such a great argument for like not planning out everything and just letting things develop organically and just act and react. And obviously not everybody is masters like these guys, but that's like a muscle you have to build. But like I can't imagine they talked about much.
No, I don't think they called the match at all, honestly.
But it's
like
perfect.
Maybe the start, and even then I think that's like debatable.
Yeah.
Did we talk about Hamaguchi getting launched over the top rope? It was very cool.
Dude, the Enziguri where he goes flying. Somebody needs to steal that. Somebody has to steal that.
And like, you know, you had sent the clip of that, right? Where like into our group chat, where it was like I watched it and I'm like, okay, like, you know, it's kind of funny, but like then you watch it like in the context of the match, like not as a clip. And it all makes perfect sense, actually. Like, yeah, him like
I've never seen that before. Tenryu, he whips him, and then he hits him with an Enziguri in the back of the head, and it just launches him out of the ring. And I love here and at the end of the match, Choshu checking on his stablemate. He's almost tender. It's very funny, like how concerned he is about Hamaguchi.
Dude, Hamaguchi hits a Samoan drop.
Dude, that was nuts.
That
was almost like the Finley like rolling thing except backwards.
Yeah, he like just kind of launches him off of his shoulders. I was like, holy shit, that was gnarly. And then like Tenryu and Okuma both like hit massive backdrop drivers on him.
Dude, the Hamaguchi Samoan drop too. That's how he did it like his whole career for like 20 years straight. Like every single one looks like that too. He just like always like never like you know, a lot of guys do it like they'll have like their feet on the ground as they're doing it, but like Hamaguchi jumps into the air and lands like full weight on top of you. That has to suck.
Yeah,
like that has to be the worst shit ever.
He does it as like a driver.
Yeah,
like a Samoan drop driver.
But like in the same regard though, like it's probably better for him, right? Like
yeah,
because like he doesn't even take a back bump. Like he just kind of lands on his shoulders, and
he gets like a pillow.
Yeah, your chest is his absorption. But then like I guess
I,
he takes the two backdrops, so like it's kind of a mute point anyway.
Yeah, dude, I love Hamaguchi so much in this match. Like we talked a lot about Tenryu and Choshu, and even like Okuma. I honestly think Hamaguchi is like my favorite part of the match. He is so good, and he is like matching the energy,
He's
and
very
he's just such
expressive.
he's so expressive, and he's just constantly like moving. It's just so
and
good.
he is, and his movement is expressive. He's one of those guys who moves in like a different way.
Yes.
Like just the way he stalks around the ring and the way he like reacts to other people is like very singular. And that's so cool. That's another thing you hardly ever see anymore.
The 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 Choshu lariat when Tenryu has the sharpshooter locked in.
Oh,
yeah, he gets double momentum, right? He gets
Yeah.
twice.
Like Tenryu doesn't even try and duck, which I found very funny. He's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat it," and then he just takes his head off. And like,
and then he comes up like out of it, but he makes the tag. I love that too.
Yeah,
he's like
oh,
swatting towards the tag.
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh fuck, dude, I gotta get out of here."
Yeah.
Dude.
And so after this, Okuma comes in and he throws some headbutts, and then Hamaguchi Man comes up bloodied. Is that off the headbutts? I never.
So on the outside of the ring, it's after the enziguri. You can kind of see it. It's off to like the side of the camera. Okuma comes around like around the side of the ring as Hamaguchi's like getting up, puts him in a headlock, and then runs him into the ring post in a headlock and just slams his head into the ring post. And that it's like so gross. It's like because he takes it full force too. Like like Hamaguchi runs head first into the ring post and just comes up bleeding. And Tenryu, like in the most telling fucking thing ever of like what his character is, what's deep in his soul. The second he sees Hamaguchi bleeding, does like a jumping punch to the fucking moon.
That was so awesome. I wrote that down too. It's not even like a normal fist drop you would see. It's a literal just jumping punch.
Yeah. Even like the finish with like Choshu hits the lariat and Hamaguchi's like just trying his damnedest to hold Tenryu in the corner while Choshu gets the pin. Like you create that like great tension because now it's like, okay, well, the problem's still not resolved. Tenryu still wants to kill Riki Choshu, but
yeah, we're just getting started on some all-timer shit on this run here for Riki Choshu, man. This is some of the best shit ever.
Which I've seen literally none of it.
But I had not seen this one. This was, I think, just a All Japan TV find by Jom, right? This is not like a famous match or anything. As far as I know.
I mean, I've seen some people talk about it, but even then, it's like most of the talk I've seen was from like 10 or 15 years ago, and it's people just kind of going, fucking the cage match thing where it's like 5 to 7. It's a lot of people giving like 6s and going, it's fine. And then you watch it, it's like, no, this is like one of the best tags I've ever seen. Like this is actually like incredible, like life-changing shit.
So do you think that that's like a case where, I mean, obviously I haven't seen really any of it, but do you think that's a case where it's like, if you're watching like, let's say like this invasion angle, that like, this is like on the lower end? And that's how it gets to that point, or are people just smoking like crazy ass?
I think they're smoking ass.
I think it's a function of this is 18 minutes long instead of 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I think like, as you're saying, John, they're like 15 years old, right? That's firmly in the time period where people are like, King's Road is the best shit ever. And like,
people still think that.
Well, yeah, but even more so then, right? That was like, it's not like, and even in the context of like some of the great tag matches from this invasion angle, you will see people compare it to the stuff that comes later. Like, oh, this is proto King's Road stuff. This is like, instead of just recognizing that like 80s All Japan is some of the fucking rawest shit of all time.
I think it's also like this is still a thing that happens. It's like build tag bias, because this is like an explicit build tag. Like they're building to a Choshu Tenryu singles, and they're building to a lot more like higher profile 6-mans. It's like the first, and just people go, okay, this is like the first in the series, so it has to go up from here. So I'm just gonna give it a low rating, or like I'm not gonna look at it as much as like an individual thing, because like I know they're gonna quote unquote build, but like I think this is better than like most of the Choshu Tenryu singles, just being like honest. Like it's like on its own is so fucking crazy.
Well, I think
It's a
like
pretty perfect little piece of business here.
once again, like not seeing any of that stuff, I feel like you know, it. I think that happens a lot in general in wrestling, where like you expect the singles to be better, but the tag environment can make a match better than a singles just because of like the extra characters and the way you can kind of hold and build the tension, which you can't always get in a singles match. Like it's the kind of the same thing as like why we always say like a random lucha trios can be one of the best matches you've ever seen, because like
Yeah.
they
I am firmly in the camp of like, and I've said this on here before. I tag team matches, that's the best shit there is. Like I will take a tag over a singles almost any day.
yeah, and I think in this case when you're building something like to what will obviously be a Tenryu Choshu feud singles matches, all that stuff. Like
maybe I'm wrong, but I think the most highly regarded stuff from the Choshu All Japan run are tags. The Choshu and Yatsu.
I was gonna say, yeah, like all the 6-mans that have Yatsu in them are like, or like just even the like I think there's like a Choshu Yatsu versus Tenryu Ishikawa, I think. Like
I know there's a bunch of Tenryu and Jumbo versus Choshu and Yatsu tags, and those are the ones that people I think tend to go crazy for. I think there's a lot of those.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm looking right now. There's like a bunch.
that's real. Moving on to Dom's match of the week. It is Mariko Yoshida and Megumi Fuji versus Yumi Kurihara and Kyoka Kimura from Ibuki 6-5 2005. Y'all are fucking on me crazy trying to get me to pronounce crazy ass names this week.
I don't know why the fuck Ibuki is clipped like
it's clipped in such a random way.
It's bullshit. It's so bullshit.
it clips out like
it's like if Jack Torrance was your video editor.
It's so funny too. It's so funny too because like Yoshida coming from All Japan Women, who do the most artful clipping ever. Like you can go watch some of those All Japan Women's matches and like not have any idea that they're clipped. But yeah, they butcher this shit. They'll just be in a hold and then they'll be on their feet.
Yeah.
Yoshida throws a punch and then it clips out and she's on the floor and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, or like,
oh yeah, we have what 4 Fuji matches on tape and you're gonna cut the holds out of this one?
What the even fuck? Like that's not like I'll probably get shit on. I could forgive the fucking like clipping like the middle of a hold.
Oh my no, bro! But they're not even holds; they're submissions.
I know.
The Ditchian persuasion.
But what I'm saying is like I would rather you cut out the center of a hold than a fucking point like a poignant transition period. Like
just based on what we have here, I can't imagine that anything that they cut was boring.
No, because they're just killing each other for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it is like cartoonish violence.
We do need to set up the rules here.
Oh yes,
factors I think into how it plays out, and
it is a special rules match. Is how it is listed.
Yes, and the special rules are right. Jom discovered in Shoe Pro, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that Yoshida and Fuji had to score 3 they had to win 3 falls to win the match, whereas Kurihara and Kimura, if they win 1 fall, they win the match.
They fucking wrestle like it.
Yeah, it's great. It's like they have to engage in like guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
They cannot straight up heads
PWG
up
submission.
I'm gonna kill you, Brady. PWG.
Yo, dude. PWG would hate Yoshida so bad.
It wouldn't. No. Okay, no. I actually entirely disagree. Like, no matter what year they would have fucked with her, because like Yoshida submissions would have bridged the gap. Because PWG fans love seeing really crazy shit happen, and like her flying across the ring to put in a triangle choke, that would like go. Like, that's the thing with Fuji is she is like crazy, and that's the thing with Yoshida too. Is she's like crazy. They're so fucking good at that shit that like it would get over anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's spectacular. It's spectacular grappling.
The way
good graps.
The way Megumi like gets that first submission.
Traploid, grapploid.
That
shit. the way Fuji gets the like first submission in the like gets the triangle to choke her out in the first fall, like that is so. It's such a masterful way to do it.
Yeah, I almost tagged Matt D and Swerve Strickland.
We gotta roll through, brother. Roll through. Shut
the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, oh damn,
dude. And then so then like whatever, the first fall is like pretty much just that, right? It's literally like Fuji like roll through, gets the
and look, I got a history teacher for a second and do context because we cannot assume that people know about.
Okay, I was gonna say someone. At bare minimum, someone needs to talk about Fuji.
Yeah, I'll take it, John.
Oh, brother. I'm happy.
Yes, please.
So Megumi Fuji is like the greatest female mixed martial arts fighter ever. Like just straight up, she for like the first 10 years of her career did not lose a fight. She's currently 26 wins, 3 losses. She was a sambo fighter before doing MMA. She won She won the Japan like national championships in sambo for 8 years straight. She is just like so good at all that shit. And she, the important thing for wrestling is like she only ever had 3 matches because it was in like the middle of her combat sports career. And I mean, just being straight up honest, if you had to choose between being a martial artist in the 2000s and a Japanese women's pro wrestler in the 2000s, like there isn't a choice because you're only making money on one side of the fucking board, no matter who you are.
This is Joshi Dark Ages, right?
Yeah,
dude, super Dark Ages.
I feel like the only way you were making money as a Joshi then is to doing some Rossi things. Like, I feel like
no shame in that game.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
shout out Michiko Omakai.
Yeah,
love you, Queen.
Anyway, continue.
I agree.
I mean, and I will say the thing too is that I think Yoshida, from my understanding, is like the gap that bridged for Fuji,
which makes sense.
That's what I was gonna ask because they seem to be you know, she's around when Fuji is around.
I think Yoshida is the one that scouts her and gets her to make her debut in Arshin in 2003. And I don't know what the situation would have been because that actually her Arshin debut like predates her MMA debut. She like just gotten done with all the sambo stuff. And there's probably a chance that like she was maybe gonna just be a full-time wrestler, and then Arshin like went belly up because of the A to Z shit and Aja Kong leaving and like just the whole fucking scene falling apart. Yeah, dude. So
File Under Fire podcast conversation point, Lioness Asuka.
Yes, we did. We had we did.
I think that probably made Fuji go, you know what? I'm just gonna do MMA and be like the best at that ever. And this fight happens like in the middle of her like super run, where she's become, which actually that attaches the first submission. She becomes like called the Queen of Second Kill because she would just go into fights and within like 30 seconds put in a crazy ass submission and just win the fight. And she did that for like 5 years.
That's awesome as fuck.
Man,
They used to be so good.
I had seen
What happened?
So I had seen this match probably like a year or so ago now at this point. Like it had been a while. It was at whatever point I started getting into Yoshida. I think it was probably Ob was like, "Hey, you should check out this match." And so like I kind of forgot like how everything went. And so like my chronically like pro wrestling brain goes into that first fall and she gets the choke on and they raise up Kimura's hand and my first thought is don't do the thing. Don't do the multiple drops and then all of a sudden on the third, oh look, she has failing again. That's cuz that shit, if it drops the first time you should be dead. You should not get a second or third chance. But yeah, like, so my first thought is, oh fuck, they're doing this bit. But then like he raises it one time, it drops. He raises it again. He's like, no, she's out. And I'm like, oh thank God. Like,
I'm glad to finally know the rules because this is something I've seen a bunch of times and I never understood why it was just 3-0 falls. Like, what are the special rules here? But I didn't really care that much. But it, because it's fucking sick.
yeah, it's power
I mean,
scaling.
I just assumed, like, for my entire life, I assumed it was 2 out of 3, but then they decided just like own them some more after the second fall, and I've only just now learned that, like, but they actually were following the rules.
It's or like, it's like, oh no, wait, winner takes all, and they just clip that part out or something. But I will like the start of the second fall where Kurihara fucking just slaps Kimura like just straight across the face, like, wake up, you got this, you can do this.
And I think we need to talk about her too because I was digging on her. I've always known she's awesome, but I was looking into why, and it makes complete and total sense as to why. This might be like one of the best career trajectories you can go on to be sick. Right? She was trained by Yoshida and the aforementioned Michiko Omika. Love you, Queen. Gami and Akino. And then I found that she trained at U-File Camp, but John, you said she was actually a trainer in U-File Camp, which is crazy.
Yeah, she goes to U-File Camp and gets like training under Kiyoshi Tamura and like grappling or whatever else. And then after that,
she trained Masashi Takeda?
Yeah, dude, she did. I'm not saying that 100%, but like awesome. I didn't even think about it until now, but looking at the timeline wise, she was like the head trainer of their pro wrestling classes when Takeda would have been making the decision to transfer over from being an MMA fighter to a wrestler. So he would have taken classes with her teaching.
Damn. That's
wild. And then after that, she goes to Mexico to complete her schooling. I think she was somebody who was hurt a lot. Is that right? I haven't seen a ton of her. Everything I've seen of her is impressive, but was she somebody who was like injured frequently, or am I making that up?
She tended to get injured a lot. I know that she got a pretty bad injury in 2007. I think before that, she also had another injury, and like the one in 2007 made that injury worse because it was to the exact same place. I pulled up her Wikipedia. I pulled up her Wikipedia page just so I check and say, okay, where's the list of injuries? Because I know there's like just interspersed. And of course, one of the 2 photos of a Yumi Kurihara on her Wikipedia page is her doing the peace sign with a cast on.
It's awesome.
But yeah, like this is a crazy like spiritual like the rules are perfect for the matchup. Not only because it's like 2 fucking like monsters against 2 younger girls, but like stylistically, Kurihara and Kimura both are like. I made the very dumb comparison to Choshu, but they're not that similar. Just in that they both are like always moving forward. They're always on the offensive. Mm-hmm. They're always just like throwing themselves at their opponents.
They wrestle like they really want to get that one fall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why the guerrilla warfare, right? Like they can't engage head on. It's quick hits. There's a point in the middle of the match where, like if you've not seen Ibuki, it is not shot well, I would say.
No.
Really,
And
I feel like I like this. Just like I wish there are some camera or like some feds out there that try and do hard cams that I wish would just do this.
Okay, I will say, if I had to choose between a hard cam and ringside, specifically this ringside where the cameraman actually has like a steady hand, like I would choose this, but they really just needed like one hard cam, like just a cut back and forth, like maybe a few times.
Yeah.
But my point was that I literally, legitimately was like, "Is there even a ref for this match?" Because he was not in frame, and Kurohara and Kyoko had been in the ring together, trying to take down, either or monster, like double teams constantly with no tag for a long time.
Yeah,
that's how they go about it. It's like Lucha Rudos almost, the way they attack these women.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good way to put it.
But they're both insane freaks, and they're freight train mode like Choshu.
Was it you, Jom, that said in the group chat that like, or was it Obby that was like, if you took all the grappling out of this, it would just be like a big boot.
It is just like a big
yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Competition.
Yeah, because like, dude, they're just trying to kick each other's heads off. The whole time, like every single one of them. I specifically noted when Yoshida does it, but like, yeah, it's not just Yoshida. Like, Yoshida hits a good one, like towards the end of the match.
Kimura has like 3 moves in her arsenal, which is not a bad thing. It's actually really fucking awesome. And one of those 3 moves is a
like
big boot. Yeah, exactly. Yes, like she has like an incredibly limited move set, and one of the only moves that she does is a big boot, and she does it for like half of the match, and just it's so awesome. She just sit there, scream, like pump her fist, and then just kick you as hard as she can.
Yeah, and I joked about it earlier. This is one of the all-time screaming performances. Kyoko Kimura in this match does not stop screaming for 18 minutes.
Yeah, she probably needs some water.
The only time she stops screaming is when Yoshida puts her boot in her mouth.
She needs a Benadryl.
Well, she doesn't have a cold, so
no, but she has an itchy throat.
Bruh, that's literally all the shit it says on the bottle, but whatever. Whatever.
Dude, yeah. What is the second fall finish with?
It's an
armbar from Fuji.
It's another like insta kill.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of God, what was it that we watched? It was Mako and why am I blanking?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling.
Hakuto.
Yeah.
Where they were like so frantic the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the crackheads here are wrestling like. And then like Fuji and Yoshida get them in a hold, and they're toast until the other crackhead comes in
and breaks up the hold.
Lays a boot. Yeah.
It's like formless violence. It's very awesome. It's just always happening.
Yeah, you called it Looney Tunes wrestling, which I thought was very funny.
Yes, it pretty much is. Like Kurohara will just come out of nowhere and like drop kick you and you'll fly off screen.
She has the most like explosive, like when she does a drop kick, she's like she's doing like a mule kick drop kick.
Yeah.
She's like jumping and then actually like kicking out
her legs out, yeah.
Yeah, as hard as she can.
I mean, Yoshida has a very swollen, welted face at the end of this because it is so many big boots to the jaw.
Yoshida.
I mean, like in that you brought it up too. Sorry, it was just fucking Dom mentioned like the part where just she kicks her whenever she's going for like the air raid, and like they just start jumping her for like 30 seconds. They just will not stop drop kicking her.
For 30 seconds, they won't stop drop kicking her and kicking her in the face and the head and the back of the head and the face and the head.
I wrote.
The room was spinning for her.
I like. So like Yoshida starts getting offense, and so I wrote in my notes. I was like, Yoshida is one of my goats for a reason. She's just so good. And then that happens where she starts getting like the shit kicked out of her, and I just went, they brutalizing her a bit, but she's still goat.
Well, it's still, even through all that, the match still does end when they get like a super close near fall, and she just gets pissed off and stands up and hits an air raid crash. And
Yeah, she's just like, all right, air rage
Enough of
crash,
that. Yeah.
and like
The best part is when they do the tag team fucking camel clutch into drop kicks.
oh yeah,
Dude.
Very hard. It's the room's spinning for her. There's so much adrenaline going through her body. She just drop kicks Kyoko Kimura like right in the face, and she no sells it too.
Yeah.
I
dude.
mean, it's just like fuck. All right,
The-
whatever's going on.
The whole match, like, I don't know why it pisses me off that it's clipped, but like, and I think that's the reason it
I mean,
pisses
it's a
me off that
testament
it's
to how
clipped.
good it is that it's clipped and it's still this good and violent.
What the crazy part is, it literally feels like they're clipping out like 6 or 7 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not even clipping like that far ahead. Like, what are you doing? You couldn't. I'm sure the undercard was not so fucking awesome that you you had to clip 47 seconds off of this or whatever.
I like it's very weird.
Yeah, because like it's, I mean, how I didn't even look at how long the file is, but like, yeah, the file's like not even 18 minutes, and there's part of that which is like is Yoshida like post match speech.
Yeah, because this is the first Ibuki show, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like 2 minutes that is Yoshida post match. So like, you couldn't have just cut the post match and like left that actual wrestling? Hell, I don't know. What do I know?
It's not that important though, because it still fucking rips, and it's still one of those things you watch and you just, it makes you sad that Fuji wasn't around more.
Yeah, for sure. And like, maybe it's just me, but it makes me sad that like Yoshida doesn't get to be cool for super duper long like she should have been, you know?
Part of what we were talking about though, this is literally like the Dark Ages for Joshi. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna
even in the footage explosion and revolution, right? There's not a lot of this stuff from this time
Yeah.
period floating around.
Yoshida has like 2 more years of being like an active threat, and then I think around like 2008 or 2009, she like just fucking stopped showing up to shows, and then she spends like the next like 10 years just appearing like 2 times a year, and then she retires.
I mean, hey, get a paycheck every once in a while, you know? Can't hate it. But yeah, like,
Don't hate a motherfucker for their bag.
no, can't hate somebody getting their bag. That's true.
Never.
We need to get our bag soon. I don't know what's gonna be in it, but something.
Not
Been a-
much.
Probably Benadryl, yeah.
Benadryl.
Guys, we gotta stop talking about Benadryl.
It's
Because I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're about.
You're seeing the shit that Kurohara was seeing when she was throwing those drop kicks. Just
Bro, I'm seeing
Cosmic.
normal. Listen, viewers, I'm normal.
so close. So close.
Oh, listen, listeners, I'm normal.
seeing something that isn't normal is probably how both Greg and Roddy felt after this next match. It's Greg Valentine versus Roddy Piper, Mid-Atlantic. This is from 7/9/93.
83, brother.
Was it 83? Yeah, you're right. I wrote it
Very
down
much.
though. But hey, this match probably still would have fucked in 93.
But that's crazy to like pull back and look at that, because that Buzz Sawyer Piper dog collar that just popped up is like a month after this. And the Valentine Tito feud is like 4 or 5 months after this.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man, what these guys were doing in 1984.
Or just what everybody, like what wrestling was doing in the 80s, really. I guess like the early 80s. Man. It was special. The I just typed in my notes. I literally just typed out Piper versus Valentine, and then I went. What's crazy is just typing that feels insane. Like just typing into my notes for the podcast that we're reviewing a Piper versus Valentine match. It's maybe yes, it's not the famous one, but just thinking about it and like.
Well, it's not the famous one because the famous one is a gimmick match, but also I think because this is one of those things that is like a more recent discovery.
Mm-hmm.
This was one that was dug up. God, I say recent. This was a WWE Network, like a hidden gems thing.
Yeah.
That they found from it's like a Greensboro house show because there's no commentary.
Oh, which is so nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I love no commentary.
But I still think the dog collar would overshadow it in terms of like
quality.
Over the top. I don't know though. Over the top violence maybe, but I think you could put this one right there with it in terms of just being like a brawl.
So good,
I've never seen the dog collar, so.
Dude. Oh wow, shit.
That's like I've always said, the whole point of the podcast, because I know of a lot of these matches, like obviously Piper Valentine, like dog collar is maybe what you think of when you think dog collar matches, but like, yeah, I don't know, I've never seen it, and so like I'll watch it when inevitably somebody brings it on the podcast.
Yes, I will. Don't worry. I only brought this to make John watch it.
That is true. And I'm happy you brought it because fucking like I know Dom and Brit, like they were going for fucking Jomcore.
Yeah, we were kind of going
I mean, and this is like in the spirit because I mean, Abby, because I've just been messaging you about it for like weeks now. I'm just like so obsessed with watching like 80s guys that do punches. Like that's all I've been watching for like months
now. It's really
now.
fun to watch.
It's like it is the best wrestling to me. I like seeing guys punch each other, and the 80s had a lot of guys that knew how to do that. And it's like, well, then why?
These might be like
two of the best,
the cream of the crop.
Yeah,
man. This is one of the best punching matches, not just because they're friends, and everybody knows how that goes.
Are you sure about
Scott
that?
Steiner and Goldberg.
Yeah,
lay it in. It's like the Briscoe brothers match against each other. They're psychotic.
That's true.
They're like two of the guys who are very concerned about like I'm gonna make you think this shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
I think Piper was a Golden Gloves boxer, maybe. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
And Greg Valentine's dad is also one of the great punchers. So but I love in this, like, all the stand-up exchanges are crazy, but it's not just that they're doing punches, it's like that they're doing like punch combos. And they're not just throwing like overhand, they're mixing it up. It's
especially for Roddy, it makes sense now. I was gonna say he's got like real boxing punches.
Yeah, and like the way he like kind of backs Greg into the corner.
Daniel Cormier.
He like backs him into the corner and like he's or no, it's Greg that backs him into the corner, isn't it? Because then he's like he's ducking them.
We got to do context for this one too.
Oh yeah,
get your mode for this one too. Because one of the beautiful things about this match is that it provides context for the end to the dog collar match, because I don't want to spoil it for Brady, but I know Dom and John have seen that, where after the match, Valentine chokes him out with the dog collar, throws him over the top.
What?
Chokes him out, right?
No, that never happens in professional wrestling.
Well, Brady, did you watch the end of the file here? It's a direct response to what happens here. But
I did, but you know what?
Yeah. Well, you say that, bro, but they like invented the fucking dog collar. So
no,
it wasn't a cliche until they made it a cliche.
I was about to say they're the ones they're the reason it happens all the time.
I understand, but it's just like I don't know. That's
and before I get going too far, like if you watch anything them talking about this, the main thing they talk about is how Roddy was trying to be like make it easier for them because they say they had this match 7,428 times because they're both tellers of tall tales. But he put like wool in the collar to make it softer, but they ended up with just like chafed necks the whole time from it. But Piper has also said that basically for the duration of this feud, he would wake up with his head stuck to his pillow. Because this whole thing, and if you've seen the dog collar or not seen this one, you know there's a ton of ear work in that. That's like this feud is, Valentine called it in promos at the time, the year of the ear. In the match before this, yeah, he hits Piper in the ear with the U.S. title, and then he punches it 4,000 times. Piper's doing this great stagger selling. His equilibrium's fucked up. So that's really important to know coming in, that his ear is fucked, and he's super pissed off about it.
Mm-hmm. That's that I think that's a way you could describe this whole match, is that he's super pissed off. Like they get in the ring and like Hammer starts stalling, and like Piper is just like eyeing him down no matter where he goes. Like, you know, he steps out the ring, he like kind of paces around and everything, and like Piper will not let his eyes off of Greg the Hammer Valentine. Like, that is not an option.
Yeah, like it's funny because me and whenever we talked about it, like just chatting, me and Aubie had written down the exact same thing, which is that Roddy Piper was seething. Like the entire match, he is just like stalking around the ring,
so
just
angry,
trying to like corner him, trying to get him to where he can't escape. And he's doing it like real. He's not like running around. He's like slowly creeping up on him, like a fucking John Carpenter fucking scene. It gets him in the corner and just like goes ballistic, like actually like loses his fucking marbles.
Uppercut, liver shot, uppercut,
and laying them in, buddy. God damn, are these guys hitting it? It's like, this is like Lawler, Dundee, Sangre Chicana, Satanico level punches here.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Like, they are, as much as they possibly can, they are punching each other. Like, it's the start of the match, right? Like, there's no lockup. There's no, you know, like, test of strength. They just start wailing on each other.
Yeah. And every time they do stand-up exchanges straight up, Piper wins. And one of the beautiful things about it to me is that, in the shine at the beginning, it's because he's tougher or whatever. But, you know, Valentine is one of those rare stooging heels who also has, like, a tough presence. And he has his own, like, comebacks and shit here. But, like, you know, 83 is sort of the year of babyface Piper. But he's been a heel for so long that, like, now he's on the side of good, but he's still doing throat thrusts and eye pokes, and he's still taking all the shortcuts, and the people are going crazy for it because now he's doing it to Greg Valentine. And I love that little touch so much, that like he's getting the better of these exchanges, but it's not because he's like tougher, it's because he's just willing to go there, because Valentine is, like, you know, is evilly targeting his ear, trying to take away his hearing and shit.
Take out his equilibrium.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that, like, obviously, like, there's a lot of punches to the side of the head, but I think, like, the first real direct, poignant ear shot is when he rams his ear off of the ring post. Like, dude, yeah, because, like, you can't even, like, put your hand up, you know? Like, I mean, not that these guys are probably doing that anyway.
That's one of the most brutal, like, postings you will ever see.
Yeah, because he literally walks him into it with his ear. He has no option other than just to hit his action. So it's like you said, you know, he's like, talks about his ear being stuck to his pillow. Like, this is why. Because they were doing stuff like this, and they probably did the same spot like 15 times in front of.
Yeah, the whole feud. Yeah, the whole feud was just, I'm gonna, and And again, these guys are huge liars, which God bless them.
More wrestlers should lie.
But they said in that May match where Valentine wins the title back by injuring the ear that he bladed his ear, and they both said that he like damn near cut it off. So it's legitimately like super fucked up the whole time, all the way up to the Starrcade. And then if you've seen the Starrcade match, I don't know how many times they say they did it, but they did do it like 12 or 13 times, that dog collar. And I guarantee you every night it was Greg wrapping the chain and punching the ear.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that too. This is like what Brady was talking about with the fucking them doing it like night after night. This is like a completely different era of wrestling too, where like the winner, like the Money in the Miles. Just in terms of what we have on record, and this is just looking at Cage Match and fucking knowing how hard it is to get results for some of these old territories things, there are probably like lots of shows missing. Greg Valentine had nearly 300 matches in 1983, and he was wrestling Roddy Piper like every single night for like 4 months straight. And they were probably doing this exact same match. And when they did the dog collar, they did that exact same match for another month. Like,
yeah, because like
insane, man.
Not everybody saw everything instantly. Like I can avoid watching shows now and just like scroll through Twitter or Instagram and figure out everything that happened. Now, like back then, like if you did not see it with your own two eyes, maybe you get a nuppaper clipping.
I was gonna say you weren't seeing gifts in the newspaper, brother.
Yeah, but it would be in your market though, right? Because like when I uploaded this feud this week and I put on the dog collar match, I put some promos before it, but those are not Starrcade promos. Those are promos for the first one that they did in whatever town that was in. I mean, they still apply or whatever, but we've talked about that on here before. Like, they're just doing it in every town.
Yeah.
And God, and even if he weren't wrestling Roddy Piper, Greg Valentine wrestled 300 times that year. As a connoisseur of, as our good friend Nate calls him, Greg L. Hammer, he was not going to be taking a night off anyway.
No.
But with Piper every night, and again, they're buddies. They're like riding together after these matches.
No.
They had to be killing each other.
Had to
Yeah, because this wasn't a TV match. This was just one of the many arena matches they had that got taped so they could play play clips of it on TV.
When do you think you would know, Ollie? When's this feud really like start to kick off?
It's November of '82. This is a famous thing from Mid-Atlantic TV, where somebody from PWI is giving Ric Flair like a Wrestler of the Year award, and he does like a wrestling exhibition, and Piper comes out, and Piper beats him, and Valentine and Flair jump him. And I think that's November of '82, because by December of '82, they're already having like Texas death matches.
According to Cage Match, how many matches do you think they had with each other between 92 and 93?
82 and 83, brother.
Or, yeah, fucking shut up. Anyway, it's not the point.
92 and 93 was like Doink versus Sparky Plug.
How many matches do you think they had in that?
Shout out Doink, man.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. I mean, those are two sick wrestlers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They had 63.
I would watch Doink versus Sparky Plug.
They had 63 singles matches according to Cage Match.
That's fucking insane.
Between November of '83 and
no wonder their bodies were fucked.
And November of '82 and then December of '83. They had 63 total matches over the course of a year. And like that's just
the singles.
Yeah, that's just singles. If you do all matches, it's 110.
Yeah, they were because I know Piper was teaming with Wahoo a little, and Valentine was teaming with Orton and Dick Slater, maybe
Mm.
in this period. So yeah, I'm sure some of those are fucking sick as hell too. See, imagine throwing Wahoo into this mix. Like you're talking about some of the most brutal shit of all time. But this match is like we're talking about how tough these guys are and shit. Not to diminish this actual individual match, it's damn near a perfect brawl.
Yeah, like that's the
and it's crazy. Piper's babyface comebacks are absolutely unreal. That one where you were talking about where he gets in the corner and he starts throwing the boxing punches. He's ducking and dodging.
Yeah,
And he starts
man,
doing the
it's fucking
boxing,
awesome.
and then he does like he like pushes up off the ropes and hits like a shotgun drop kick sort of on Valentine, just jumps on him. It's just crazy to me that because I don't know his exact career trajectory, but I know he had been a babyface in Portland for a little while, but I can't imagine he spent a lot of time as a babyface. It just really speaks to Piper as a professional wrestler of how incredible he was in that role here when it's not something he did a ton.
One of the like tiny stooging things I love out of Greg too is whenever he's like whenever he's on the defensive and he's just kind of throwing like swings that like come really close to just like tagging Roddy's chin. Like they come real close, but like Roddy either moves or it's just he's just out of range. But like the art of like throwing the kind of like stooge defensive punch, but being in a range where like you could almost catch him. Like it's not like the Terry Funk thing where you're just kind of like he's just swinging wildly at whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's aiming for his chin. He's just barely missing it. Like just little stuff like that is.
Greg Valentine is a fucking master, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, like he does that stooging stuff, but when he catches Piper, like he fucking rocks him, and he's tough as hell too.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes when he does the dirty, shitty stuff, it makes it even more infuriating because it's like you don't have to do that.
Yeah, like you like if I see fucking like Flair do it and shit, like, Flair is like a master of like the wrestling shit, but also he is like in the like build of the match, he is weaker than he at least projects himself as weaker than everyone. So he's using all the cheap tricks and like he's just the master of like deception. Greg Valentine is like going bang for bang. Like he's doing standing with fucking Roddy Piper, and
he just starts losing. Like it's
yeah.
Like he just
and then he gets dirty, and it's like you fuck.
Yeah, like he's
which makes it so much more satisfying when Piper gives it back to him here. And did you guys notice that one old lady in the front row? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did not.
I think I do.
She was standing up and screaming,
she was
like,
Piper,
get up! She was
I heard that. I didn't I didn't see her, but I did hear like Piper, get up, and I'm like, God damn.
You see her at the end too. She's one of the people like following him out. And
then, is she the one that like yells over for?
The ring?
Yeah, is she like?
She looks like if you've ever seen Strangers with Candy, Amy Sedaris. That's who she looks like.
Hold on, I'm about to send a screenshot.
Sorry, that's a fucking 30-year-old reference.
Yeah, you're talking to a bunch of 20-somethings here, brother.
But these are two masters, like at the peak of their powers, just throwing haymakers and knowing exactly when and where to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love, but there's nothing better to me than when a match devolves into like rolling around on the ground and choking and hair pulling and eye gouging and biting.
Dude,
when we get to that point at the end, it's so sick.
When we and like we get to that point where he grabs the rope, which by the way, I understand why it doesn't exist anymore. Like I understand why we have just barricades and not the rope, but I love the like just little rope that like separates like this is where you sit on the crowd side and this is the wrestler side and it's just a rope. Like
I
I
was gonna say, yeah, the rope is a suggestion rather than like barricades are barricades are an enforcement. The ropes are like, hey, let's all be civil. Which, especially for like the '80s, is like
it's kind of
they
crazy.
they
Yeah, people were
they knew
getting
it.
stabbed.
I was gonna say they
Literally
knew it.
getting stabbed.
Like knowing the way that like if you ever hear like fucking like Cornette, like there's ever any clips of him talking about '80s shit because that's like the only good thing he talks about. Like
It's true.
when they fucking like that was by design. Like they made it as easy as possible for people to get over there and like cause a ruckus because it was like good ass business.
Yeah, like and like I don't know why I just like the look of it too. Like especially like the like Dallas. I really like the way it looks cuz like I feel like it's more prominent in Dallas
Yeah.
like visually. You know, like you can see it a bit better because of the way they have their like camera mounted and shit. And like I don't know, I love the way just a simple like rope that separates and you know like I don't know. I guess maybe people were just more sensical back then. You know, like I say
No,
that.
hell no, they
What?
weren't.
They weren't, but they weren't. But like you know,
No.
they did have you did have a little bit of a level of trust. Like okay, well these
mean-
people aren't like you know not anybody's just gonna like randomly try and jump in the ring. You know, like that's not gonna happen. Now if they come out of the ring, you know.
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say like nowadays you see like Randy Orton goes to like Kuwait and a guy jumps in the ring and does the Randy Orton pose with him. You go back to the '80s and it's like fucking fucking Greg Valentine talk bad to a fan and the fan pulled out a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's also times are a bit different, you know. You could actually carry a weapon into a into a public building without getting, you know.
You got a discount. You got a discount
Yeah.
in Greensboro Coliseum. If you
I
had
was gonna say yeah, if you run in North Carolina, you're good.
Oh, you're a card holding member of the NRA? Let's sure free entry.
We've been talking about the cord for 10 minutes, but Roddy pulls it into the ring. And it's doesn't just choke him with it. He's like rope burning his neck with it.
Yeah,
he's like pulling it back and forth.
I like saw him put the rope around his throat. I'm like, okay, choking him, that's cool. I'm fucking with this. And then he starts doing the roper, and I'm like, yo, you can't do that.
So gnarly. And then like you know, so they get split up. They start carrying Greg to the back, and like Piper starts
Who is foaming at the mouth.
Which is sick, by the way.
So good.
And he like
and 14 people are trying to pull Roddy Piper off of him, and they can't.
Yeah, and they're like holding Roddy back, and then I love like Roddy like gets in the ring, and he's like, "Come on, come back out here!" And he starts jumping, and the crowd just like lights right back up. They go from
they wanted him to murder him. They were going crazy when he was hanging him, dude. They wanted to see Greg Elhammer end.
He like the way he gets him fired back up, and like you know, obviously Piper is like all-time crazy faced guy, you know, like I don't know if there's a better person in wrestling that makes like a face where you're like this man is absolutely deranged than Roddy Piper.
Well, that's because he is.
Yeah, like all I could think about when I was watching this match, I could think about two things. The number one is the one I sent to the chat, which was him on the talk show where he's like metal hip, broken wrist.
Dude, yes.
Well, that is a good seg into our next match because he gets super pissed that Bill Maher thinks wrestling is a joke.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that is also what happens in Brady's match.
Hold on, I do want to mention this just because I know it'll piss you off. Ahead. The second thing I kept thinking, which was the setup for the MJF and CM Punk dog collar match, which is just like he keeps going, Piper. He's like, will you be my Valentine? And like that's all I could.
Punk?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't he like I haven't seen that, but isn't he like a Piper obsessive?
He's a old wrestling obsessive because he's a big Bret Hart guy.
Why isn't he cooler? Well, the Bret Hart is evident in his work.
Yeah.
Very much. I don't see much Piper in it, but maybe that's me.
Well, I think the Piper comes in when he works the gimmick matches. When he's worked the dog
Yeah, he's got the
collars.
good Raven dog collar.
Yeah. Anyway,
The Rave Steel Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about a much better
That's
wrestler.
one of the best brawls ever. I said I was
Yeah.
going to talk reckless about it, and I do. I believe that. I think
Dude,
this is one of the best.
I like when Roddy
Fucking
Piper
magic
gets him in the corner and just randomly does the kung fu back fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, twice. Probably should suck.
Talking about
I would say every single thing in this match sucked. We didn't even talk about the gut busters. In the
fuck yeah, dude! We skipped so much.
Diarrhea machine he put him in.
We skipped so much because it's just like I don't know. It's you have to watch it.
Yeah, it's hard to. This is a hard thing to describe.
I don't
and
even
do it justice.
Yeah, to do it justice, I think. Yeah, because I mean, it is like you said, it's an insane punching and just gnarly brawl. They're just trying to hurt, genuine. You can say they're friends and they're not gonna pull anything all you want, but I genuinely feel like they were like, okay, well, let's go out there. If we hurt each other, we hurt each other. Shit happens. See you on the other side, brother.
What it was, yeah.
Yeah. And I know that's how Valentine talks about the Tito stuff, and Tito does too. So yeah. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Speaking of going out there and hurting each other, my match of the week, it is Antonio Koinoki versus Genichiro Tenryu, double Tenryu this week, from WGWF 5/31/2010. This is a Jom special. This is maybe the first match I ever was ever shown as this is a Jom rec, Jom specific rec, I think is this match. Aubie would do a little produce style stream where he would just bring on a bunch of cool random stuff and stream it. And this was on one of the first ones I remember. And it's just the most gnarly thing you've ever seen. Antonio Koinoki.
Yeah, this is an unforgettable thing that
yeah,
it's indelible. Yeah.
I like Antonio Koinoki, and I'll throw to Jom here in a minute so he can really, because he is the expert here on Koinoki.
I thought you were gonna call him Dave Meltzer again.
I was about to say I was leaning forward in my chair.
But I've watched a handful of Koinoki matches, not just in his promotion either. I've watched some of the comedy stuff he did in All Japan with Muda and the mini Muda and stuff like that, and I've watched.
I wouldn't be doing that bullshit, but you do you, brother.
Dude, there was just a night I was watching random fuck shit. I didn't want to watch I didn't want to watch good genuine wrestling. I just wanted to watch.
I never said that. I never ever said that.
I want to watch some butt ass.
Yeah, I wanted to watch butt ass that had potential to be entertaining.
Brother, sometimes you gotta watch the butt ass. Sometimes you just gotta sit back, have some fun, watch some butt ass.
I think that was the.
We talked about that before, right? You can't have the main event mentality, or you lose perspective.
That was same night I watched the Goldberg All Japan matches.
Those are fun. Those are actually
might even have been the same night that I watched the match I've already brought on the pod, which was Bob Sapp versus Great Muta.
That's one of the best matches of all time.
I think it was the same night where I was just watching some random shit, and for some reason I got on a Koinoki trip, and then to find more stuff I because a bunch of that stuff.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm much more apt to type Antonio Koinoki into the search bar than I am
Antonio Inoki. Yeah, I agree, but I ended up copying his name in Japanese into the search bar, and then I found way more stuff, which was a good that's how I found the Takayama match, which is a similar vein to this one, but it's it's a bit more.
But Tenryu is even less down to clown.
It's
He is not amused.
Java, give us a little, not us, I guess we kind of know, but like give the audience a bit of an insight on what Antonio Koinoki is all about.
Of course. So, Antonio Koinoki. So, first thing to clarify is that, and this is there's probably a more apt comparison, but like in Japan, Antonio Inoki is like the equivalent to Michael Jackson in that like there are a bunch of impersonators of him. There is like a whole genre of Antonio Inoki impersonation. I was literally just sending photos to fucking these fucking guys of Inoki hanging out with Koinoki and another one. But Koinoki is like a professional comedian. WGWF is a wrestling company made up of professional comedians. Most famous guy there is Koriki Choshu, who was actually like a straight up celebrity in Japan for a bit. He was in a bunch of commercials. He was like a pretty popular comedy act for a few years. Koinoki was probably the second most famous guy that was like a WGWF regular. He was in commercials. He was like they'd bring him in, and his whole bit on TV was that he would just imitate like spots from Inoki matches, but like just by himself. I think one of his favorite ones was the struggle near the end of the first Tiger Jeet Singh match that ends in an enziguri. He would just play it out entirely, pretending that he was wrestling Tiger Jeet Singh.
Would he hit the ropes at full speed?
Yeah, he would.
Boston Crab
Yes,
for 30 minutes.
He would run the ropes, the imaginary ropes, and like actually like try to bounce off of them that like don't exist. It's really good.
I've seen it.
Exactly.
I've seen it. It's actually really great.
It's kind of really fucking funny. And just this is one of the big things with WGWF is they would bring in a lot of like famous wrestlers, almost always to fight Koinoki because he was like. The one thing with him, beyond all of the other comedy guys, is that he was like the one guy who actually was really committed to wrestling.
Yeah,
like, even with all the funny shit,
he's actually pretty like, good at wrestling.
He has the Inoki like mannerisms mastered to a scary degree.
Yeah.
So like him fighting like there's a whole like tape of like all of his matches against famous like wrestlers, which is actually where this match comes from. Is that tape? And this is kind of the standout match, which even at the time in like Japanese media circles, they're like, okay, Koinoki fights a lot of pros. The pros come in, and the main joke of every single match is like, the pros are basically getting a night off. They're like very casual. They're like, Takayama gets put into an Indian deathlock and puts his fucking hands on his chin. Like,
yeah, it's
beat up, kicked back.
Yeah, we were looking at, I think that's. Was it Ben that sent it and called him a diva?
Dude, I love that. That specific spot is always the funniest thing because he's just like, he like acts like he's hurt for a minute, and then he like just is like, oh, this doesn't actually hurt, and then he's just like laying there.
But the Tenryu match was different because even in like those circles, it's like, okay, all these guys, they kind of just have a little bit of fun with it. They'll like beat him up a bit, but it's always like it's a night off. Tenryu does not wrestle ever like he's having a night off.
No.
And nobody thought that would change for Koinoki, so everyone was like, okay, how bad is it going to get? Like, how bad for Koinoki is it going to... Because we know it's going to get bad. We know Tenryu's not going to, like, play along, but how bad?
Do you think it's just he is... Because I think he's legitimately offended by this. That's the vibe that I get.
I got the same vibe.
Do you think that it is just he's offended by the idea of wrestling as a joke, or do you think it pisses him off that this little guy is making fun of Inoki?
I think it's not only that he's making fun of Inoki, it's that he's trying to do Inoki shit to Tenryu.
Yeah.
And maybe specifically to Tenryu, a guy who is one of the rare people who could say, I beat Inoki in the dome. Like what? Like one of one, and now here's this little fucking dude just like pretending to be Inoki, and I'm supposed to just laugh it off. Like, no, you're offending me. You're disrespecting me. You're disrespecting me right now.
Well, I guess the better way to ask it is that just Tenryu being the greatest wrestler ever and understanding what's happening, or do you think he was? Because he seems legitimately pissed off to me.
Okay, I will say he was greatest ever. Koinoki was booked on the Tenryu Project show like the next week.
Okay.
But I mean, even then, I think even in the gimmick, it was like this match happened, and then the next day they announced he was booked on the show. So like maybe
it was like a
he
sympathy.
was actually pissed, and he was like, "Nah, I fuck with you, man. I fuck with you."
Yeah, I don't. It could maybe he's just channeling that, and in the moment he was,
just pissed, but like
Tenryu and pissed, but like
as soon as they get to the back, he just kind of like cools off.
I mean, there's a lot of of course, there's a lot of Tenryu murders.
Yeah,
this one is fucking up there, man.
This was one of the more like. This was one of the more like evil ones. Like like fucking the Kenta one's fucked up. The the ones that he does to Araya and All Japan are all fucked up. Like he has a lot of fucked up ones, but like this one is maybe the most like vindictive, especially with like this. Like the punches are so targeted to like specific parts of the chin, like not even just like punch you in the face, like specifically the back of the jaw every time.
Yeah. We've joked before about Tenryu aimbot with
the chair,
the furniture.
Yeah,
but like that, he's like taking his time. You can see like a red, target square in his eyes on the chin before he throws. He's like. He is just rocking his jaw. And those soccer kicks.
Dude.
Like,
they will kill you.
So I decided I was picking this match, right? And, as I tend to do, I was like, I get in a call with my buddy and I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, I'm going to watch it now, so I can kind of like get in the mood for like, this is my pod match, And I'm like, I'm gonna show it to you because he had never seen it. He'd never even seen Konoki, right? So like he has like no context, and so I give him not as in depth of what Jom just gave, but I give him a little bit of a rundown of like, he's a comedian, he's doing the bit of being Inoki, so he does all the weird mannerisms and all that stuff. And then I'm like, there comes a point in this match where it goes from like Inoki or Konoki doing things to Tenryu to Tenryu's pissed and he's trying to break his jaw. Like that
He almost succeeds.
There is a very key point where it's like cuz he forearms him in the chest, doesn't he? And then like
yes.
And then as soon
the first time he pisses him off is with the slap.
Yeah.
And then he gets the second bottle shot. And then he actually like gets him down because Tenryu is like so immobile and like this is like full on like sausage Tenryu mode.
Dude,
he can't bend his knees.
Koinoki gets him down because he picks a 60-year-old man's leg.
Yeah, he shoots the leg, and Tenryu like can't bend his knees.
Which I will say,
but it's so great how he responds to it. Like he doesn't react at all, except to just grab his leg and hold on to it.
I will say
let himself in a submission.
When he's doing those strikes, though. Like when he's like doing the kicks to the leg and he goes to the outside of the leg and then he goes to the inside of the leg. That's the point where I'm like, Konoki was wrestling a normal, like a human that was like compatible in size to him. This would be really effective. But Tenryu's legs are the same size as his head. So like
and when he starts throwing those kicks, dude, Tenryu cannot believe it.
He's so just like, what the fuck?
He's like, what are you doing?
He's incredulous. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
This guy wants to die.
Dude.
I will oblige him.
Dude, so Tenryu, one of my favorite parts that's like pre-murder where it's like Tenryu is like down and Konoki goes to like try and put an abdominal stretch on him and like Tenryu just kind of rolls over and like has him in a headlock. Konoki gets his foot on the ropes and the ref like gets him to break and he just kind of goes like does the old man like, "Ah, man," snaps his fingers. It's so funny to me because he's just like, oh man, come on, I thought that was it. Like it's like something my grandpa would do. You know what I mean? Like it's just so funny.
What if Tenryu was your grandpa?
Dude, that'd be
I'd be scared as fuck.
Dude, yeah.
like, and then it's like right after that basically is when the murder starts because he like
Yeah, but Tom pointed out you can't. You gotta give him credit. Konoki tries to get his back.
he does.
Because Tenryu, before he breaks his fucking teeth, he chops him in the throat like 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he's trying to soccer kick his head off.
Yeah, but Dom, you pointed out that he at least attempts to.
Yeah, like Konoki like tries to get his licks back. He doesn't just like lay down.
He gets some nice slaps in, but
That's
it took about 5 seconds.
That's after the ref has to like deadlift him up so he can beat the 10 count, which I think is one of those moments that it like you have to remember like okay, well this is still like these are still comedians, this is still a comedy fed, like when he like lifts him up like that. But yeah, he like tries to kind of get his lick back, like gives him a drop kick and stuff, and he's trying
Slaps the shit out of him.
He's trying to do the shoulders in the corners, man. But yeah,
he throws some loud enziguris and stuff.
Dude, the fucking when he gets him in the corner, he throws an enziguri to like the sternum, like full force enziguri too. Like he was like really trying to. He knew he had to get his shit in.
That's the other thing too. You have to commend of like Konoki is like we said, like he is a comedian. Like he at any point in the ass beating part of this match could just like lay down and just.
I actually have a lot of respect for the way
he
handled that, because one of those punches I had thought that he broke his jaw, but John, you were looking and you found that he broke his teeth,
which is honestly worse. Yeah.
But you can see it. He pulls it out of his mouth and looks at it, and then throws it like into the crowd.
Yeah, and like it's not even that like he doesn't even just like it's not like he just broke like any tooth. He like breaks a molar. Like he punches him and snaps one of the molars in the back of his mouth, and he pulls the broken part of the molar out. Like looks at it and just throws it like just throws it away to the side.
And while I'm thinking about the crowd, is this venue like only a WGWF venue? I've never seen this venue before.
I was gonna say I think I've only ever seen WGWF here.
It's Shibuya O East, which is like a nightclub.
Okay,
and
it's
that
a
is
cool setup.
It's really cool. I love it a lot.
I didn't have the like clipped version of this where it was just the Konoki and Tenryu match. So like to find it, I went to Jom's page and watched went to it in the DVD. And Aubie, do you know what is in the DVD after this match?
It's probably like in Pink Panther when he'll do something stupid and then it'll just cut to like the ambulance siren like speeding through Paris.
It is.
I know what it is.
It is. It's Konoki. Who's with Konoki? I don't even remember.
Oh, it's Koen. I think it's Koenoki, and I think it's Jiro Hachimitsu, who is another comedian who I think at that time was mostly impersonating Shinya Hashimoto.
Against
damn, these guys live dangerously, huh?
Against the Golden Lovers of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi.
Oh wow.
But like it's they're like this is pre-Bullet Club, all that stuff, right? So like they're both just crazy ass bump freaks. So like it's honestly pretty crazy. Like I'm pretty sure Kota like does like a moonsault off the stage and shit. Like we always talk, like you were talking about, like guys treat this as like a night off, but not here, not in this case. Like Kota and Omega are like going crazy.
I will also say, in regards to what you said, Avi, about these guys like just committing and being willing to do great, like I need to eventually put you on a Jiro Hachimitsu because he is mostly just like a comedy fun guy, but he is like also one of the other guys who would take it seriously. And around this point in time, he like just out of nowhere, randomly, takes a trip to Mexico, gets his wrestler's license, and works X-Law shows for like a month. He's like wrestling Mike. He's wrestling like Rocky Santana and Mike Segura, and he's dressed like Shinya Hashimoto.
That sounds amazing, actually.
I think like a full X-Law dive would be very fruitful.
I would be happy to do that. It looks so fun.
Yeah.
Dude, man, I'm like, while we're just sitting here vamping, I'm just watching like the ending stretch of this match.
Yeah, it ends right after Koinoki tries to get his lick back, and then Tenryu just slaps him into oblivion. And what I think is very funny is that's the finish. Like, he knocks him out with a slap, and he knows that's the finish.
He fucking drops the elbow.
He still gets one more in.
Dude.
Okay, and also and with the fucking the finish too. The other thing I want to make sure I mention is because there were like 2 major injuries in this match. One of them was the teeth being broken. The other one though, and I'm really pissed off because there is a photo of the aftermath. I just could not find it. Like before that slap, as Koinoki's getting up, he's throwing more punt kicks, and he throws one that is like particularly hard and lands like flush on his head. From what I can tell, he kicked him so hard that it leaves an imprint of his bootlaces across his face. And there is a photo of the bootlaces on Koinoki's face.
I think I know what one you're talking about, because it's the same. It's the picture that Dom sent into the group chat.
I think it's either that one or it's the last one he throws, I think.
This is the one Dom sent is the last one he throws.
Yeah, that's the one.
Where
it's brutal.
Like his whole face shifts. Like he's like looking straight and like his chin snaps to the right real quick and then back straight again. I don't know. This I knew I wanted to bring this match eventually. Like, so as soon as you had uploaded the full tape, Jom, I had like immediately, like as soon as it got uploaded and like Abby like sent it, I was like, wait, does this mean I can bring the Tenryu match now? Because like I'd been, Abby showed it to me, and like he said in the beginning, like this is one of those matches that is ingrained into your head after you watch it. And so I was like, man, like, does that mean like I can?
It's like when I was like 14 and my buddy got a hold of like the band from TV tape that had people like actually dying. Oh, son.
Think you'll never forget.
Oh, son.
But like, yeah. So I was just like, man, like, you think? And then he was like, we probably just have to ask him. Like, yeah, I'm sure he'd be be okay with it, because I'd always treated it as like, like this is not for public eyes or ears, just because like, I don't know, but you didn't, we don't have to get into deep, but Jom is a tape trader, which still exists, but it is much tighter of a community now. And so like, I've kind of explained it like, hey, like that, if you start sharing around like some of the crazy stuff off of some of these tapes, like it might blow the whole thing up.
That's one of the things I will say for this one specifically. This was not only a DVD that was like produced and sold, it was also a DVD that was like, this was like sold in like stores. Like you could go to like oh god, I feel like I'm dating myself. I'm not like Abby age, but like I still remember going into Best Buy and there was like going into like a Best Buy and they'd have DVDs there. I don't even know if they still do, but like you can go into like a fucking store.
Did you ever go to a Hollywood Video and Tan?
Like the really crazy shit, the shit they get you in trouble is like handhelds, or like if you get anything that's like I bought this from the guy that filmed it.
Yeah.
Any of that shit is like you're testing dangerous waters. But this is This tape is actually so easy to get in Japan that it's actually the most difficult to crack, like copyright wise. Like I wasn't like I spent like 2 days trying to find a way to upload it online because the ISO is so copyright protected that like you put it through a converter and it like data moshes the video, like it becomes purple and it just plays like white noise. And I'm not like it.
Kawanoki's still living large off this. It was worth it.
Dude, he's making bank.
The only thing I wish about it was that like before all of the matches on this tape, it's a little like there's a little excerpt of Kawanoki like talking about him, and the only thing I wish is that there was some translation there. Like that's
that would be cool. Yeah,
that sounds like a huge job.
It's very funny to watch before this match, like how happy he is.
He's so happy about talking about this match, and like it's just like you're about to like obviously it's past tense, but like you're about to get murdered, dude. Like like he's trying to rearrange your whole face. Ah, man, so gnarly. Moving on, it is time for Dom's Animal Corner. Dom, tell us about chameleons.
Yes!
They're cool, and they see in a lot of different directions, and they have sticky tongues, and they grab onto shit.
But they see a lot of different erections?
No. They can see in all types of different directions.
I gotcha.
Because their
one of my favorite things about Dom's Animal Corner is that every time Brady says, tell us about your animal, Dom starts with, they're cool.
They're cool, yeah.
Because a lot of animals are really cool.
It's true.
They have a lot of cool features. Like I said, they got sticky tongue. They eat bugs and shit. I like how they climb. You've seen their hands before, how they grab things.
I like their weird little eyeballs that look like cartoon eyeballs.
Yes, I fuck with that. There's a particular GIF and video I like where he's trying to grab the running water and he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" They're silly. They're great.
They change colors.
They're hard to own.
Are they?
Yes, I've heard. I mean, but I feel like that's most reptiles. It's like you think
to
keep, and then you learn that they're actually very hard.
Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah, I think you should go peep them at the reptile house, and not have them in your house.
Yep. I would love to go to a zoo or reptile house soon.
Come to St. Louis. I'll bring you.
Yeah, dude, come visit me.
Yeah, like go to either of us. We'll take you to a zoo.
Fuck yes.
Shit, me and John got to go to the aquarium, bro.
Dude, I know.
I was actually just talking about that with my wife earlier. We'll talk off podcast.
Yeah. We gotta keep her moving here. We've talked about wrestling for a lot. Anything else you have to say about the chameleons?
Nah, they're cool. Look up chameleon pictures and fuck with chameleons and lizards. They're cool. You can look up a lot of cool lizard stuff and look at a lot of cool lizard pictures if you look up cool lizards.
This is true.
Dom, would you ever have a reptile in the house, like a reptile terrarium deal?
I think it would be so lovely, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't know if I'd be the best because I got ADHD and I forget to take care of myself sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta like constantly be buying the food and shit.
Yeah.
They need like humid ass fucking shit. This humid ass. It's like damn.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's a lot, and I would feel bad if anything happened.
No, I get it. That's real.
I would feel real bad. I'd be like, I killed this beautiful creature. It would be my fault fully.
Yeah, it's the worst part of owning animals.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take care of them. It's like kids.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass.
You always like being a uncle or an aunt or whatever is always the best part because like at some point in the process you get to like give them back.
You know who the best dogs are? Your drug dealer's dog.
I was gonna say
that guy, like,
the one of your
twice a week
friends.
for like 15 minutes at a time.
Get to pet his dog, buy your weed, and go on about your business.
Yeah. You guys, you can get that shit at the fucking Circle K now, so
It's
doesn't
true.
apply anymore.
Yeah, bro, we got weed stores now.
Uh,
What's
Damn,
wrong with y'all?
moving
that's
on,
true.
it is time for the cage match game, as we have started doing. I don't want to say per usual because we didn't for a while. As per
Thank
usual,
God I didn't pick this week because I
when we
forgot.
when we have a guest on, they are the one who picks. So Jom is picking this week. As for the score as it sits, I'll be stuck at 9 has been. Me sitting at 6, Dom at 2. I could lock it up this week if somehow, by God, I would get it on the first guess, which... Oh, that reminds me, not last week, obviously, because we skipped last week, but the week before that, we completely forgot to guess after
On the number?
on the overall rating. Yeah, we
Damn, where's this silly,
we
bro?
skipped the whole fucking gimmick. He gave us the overall rating, and then he started reading the first review. We didn't even guess.
Retroactively guess Booker T.
Yeah.
If you can put that on the record.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, John, what is the overall rating for your wrestler?
Oh, I was supposed to do this?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. It's the overall rating for my wrestler is a ripe 4.43.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh, baby. Abdul the Butcher.
No.
Oh.
Wait, what was the number?
4.43.
They said
Oh.
Lex Luger.
Okay, I almost picked Lex Luger, but it's not him.
I think he's
That
a
would have
5
been crazy.
something, if I had to remember.
I think he was like very close to this number, if I remember.
Buff Bagwell.
No,
Yeah, that's a good guess.
it was not
And
the
a good
stuff.
wrestler.
Oh, fun fact! My one of my friends growing up, actually, the friend that got me into wrestling, within a week of getting me into it, told me that his dad used to be a wrestler and his name was Buff the Stuff.
Wait, for real though? Like,
Oh, fucking no! But I believed him for a few years. I did.
maybe he was Buff the Stuff, just not that buff.
Yeah, he's Buff the Stuff, local Mississippi indie wrestler.
That's probably a real human. I would believe
Actually, you
that.
know what? I'm gonna call my friend and tell him I believe him after 20 years.
I almost no, I won't say what my original guess was, but it was based off of Abdullah, and then he led me down. Dom led me down a different path there. Go ahead and give us the first review.
Okay, so this first review is from this guy named Zozu in 2019. It's a 2 out of 10.
Oh God.
It is the review is his easygoing and personable shoot personality is at total odds with his baffling and at times disgusting refusal to sell for people or put people over. Possibly generous wrestler of all time. I don't know what the language is there. Possibly generous wrestler of all time, which would make him a flawed but respectable worker a la Austin Aries or Bruiser Brody. But since he's so fundamentally lacking everything else, it beggars belief.
Mr. Pogo.
You know what? That would work perfectly for him for some of these fucking Cro-Magnons on Cage Match, but no, it is not him.
I am so baffled by the comparison to Austin Aries and Bruiser Brody.
Well, obviously, it has to be a guy whose name starts with a C and then last name also starts with a C to continue the line here.
That gave me an idea, but I know it's not it. I can know there's like two wrestlers I can think of. No, because never mind. Fuck. It's just Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
No, but that's actually that's a good guess actually.
You said shoot guys, and so like I was just trying to think of guys who do it.
Brutus Beefcake, long time.
Hey, member of the Dream Team with Greg the Hammer Valentine.
I really don't even fucking. I don't even know, bro. Who could this? Is this Greg Valentine?
No, it's not.
Damn, bro.
Greg Hammer's got to be like a 7.8 or something like that, right? Like he's not
probably higher.
Probably not high as he should be, but he's probably higher, yeah. Go ahead and give us the second review.
All right, the second review is from a guy named The Goat from 2016. This is a 3 out of 10.
We should start naming off the reviewers. That's a good bit, actually.
I mean, honestly, out of all the people to do it, I really should be, since I like work for the website, and I feel like this is not good.
You work for the website? Never mind. Anyway.
Work in quotation marks. They don't pay me shit. Anyways.
Trust me, I know. I've heard from others.
I didn't realize how awful Blank was in the ring until many years ago when I had to create a call of him, like create a wrestler. His moveset was limited to punches, clotheslines, and a body slam. I gave him points for charisma, but his in-ring work was laughably bad.
Punches? But that's like fucking... You just named like...
Carlos Colon.
That's a great guess, but it's not Carlos Colon.
That's who I thought of when you fucking said Abdullah the Butcher. That's crazy.
And then I said the double C thing. Wow. Fuck.
You were really leading us down the path there, John. Oh fuck. Punches. It's like. Fuck, I don't... A-Train?
it's not A-Train, but it's awesome.
I don't know who else. I'm like... I don't know, man. You described like fucking... so many people, but like...
Yeah. Is this shit like Yoshiaki Yatsu or something?
That, dude... That
crazy
reviews
pull
for Yatu would be awesome, but you know, it sadly is not.
Crazy pull. John's gonna get this point. I can fucking feel it.
I was gonna say those were 2 reviews I picked specifically because a lot of them gave too much information. It would make it like super easy. This last one I think is probably going to seal the deal for at least one of you.
Go ahead and do it.
This is a 1 out of 10 from 2024 from a name that's just a bunch of... It's like somebody fell asleep on top of their keyboard. I don't know how to read this. Blank is one of the worst wrestlers I've ever seen, and worse than that, he was around for inexplicably a long time. He's a prime example of someone who was only over because of the rabid patriotism in the U.S. The dude couldn't
is it
work
Jim
a match.
Duggan?
He couldn't cut a promo,
Holy
and he had no charisma or gimmick,
dude.
but waved the stars and stripes, so it was good enough for fans at the time.
I'm so mad.
Yes, it is Jim Duggan.
Yeah!
I would not have got
that. Yeah, if you hadn't said the patriotism, I would have not fucking got there.
John, can you read the first review again?
Yeah, his easygoing and personable shoot personality is at total odds with his baffling and disgusting refusal to sell or put people over.
I will kill you, bro.
I never knew him as a...
Oh my god. Big politicker, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Ungiving, does not respect the business or his coworkers.
The next, I think what's the only other option there for fucking, like, patriotic gimmick? It's probably either him or Sergeant Slaughter, like...
I was gonna say Slaughter, maybe.
Yeah, but Slaughter is like one of the all-time bumpers and sellers.
Yeah, even like Duggan was significantly more giving than they make him out to be.
Yeah,
trying to paint my man Jim Duggan like he's Mil Mascaras or something.
Dude, I was reading through.
It's actually awesome to not give.
Yeah, it's awesome to like respect yourself and like keep your gimmick strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that he's not bumping for butt fart McButtfuck, but like, respect the 2x4 and respect the king of Houston.
Dude, so insane. So that puts me at 7 points now. I'm just a little bit closer to Aubie's lead. I'm glad I stole that one from Aubie there, because like...
Yeah, I was... As soon as you said it, I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Dude of the week this week. John gets it as always, being the honorary guest, but also want to shout out our homie Nuh. I know his real name. I've just forgot it at this point.
Fellow Missourian.
Yeah, fellow Missourian.
We gotta go double Missouri though. We gotta give Brady the dude of the week too. Last week was his birthday.
Yeah.
And Dom was on Rumspringa.
Yeah.
So he didn't.
No pod.
We
It
didn't pod,
felt so
but
weird
yeah.
not doing a pod. I'm not gonna lie. Like I went through my whole Sunday and I was just like, this is boring. Like this is weird. I don't like this.
Rectified it this time, baby.
Aubie, did we get any emails including dick pics?
I don't. Let me check. Last time I looked, we had not gotten any dick pics, but you can send any and all nudes to fileunderfirepod@gmail.com. We do have an email dating back to the last episode we did when we talked about Steven Regal eating doo-doo and having heartworms.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
So, a friend of the pod and us, Sam Biz, she was on our Match of the Year episode where we just talked about how there have been no good matches. She sent us an email, and this is specifically addressed to Dom. Dom, Lord Steven Regal got a heart parasite after a tour of India in 2002. He had severe body swelling, heart arrhythmia, and sleep issues. He then also got concussed later in February 2003, and when he went to the doctor, they found the parasite as well. This meant he spent the rest of 2003 on the shelf. There's lots of ways to get a heartworm or other parasites, but it is pretty rare in humans. You usually get them transmitted via mosquito bites, which I'm sure is what happened to Regal, going to one of the countries with the most dense mosquito populations and highest incidences of other mosquito-borne illnesses like malaria and dengue. Thanks, Sam. So he did not. Lord Steven Regal did not eat doo-doo.
Well,
not eat doo-doo. I just
thought in fairness,
worms, I just thought worm meant like tapeworm and like doo-doo consumption, like bag grossness.
Yeah.
We can't go on record and say he did not eat doo-doo.
Exactly.
We don't know that for a fact.
We can't say he did not eat doo-doo. We can for sure say he did not get the parasite from eating doo-doo.
Yes.
That we can say for sure.
We also got another email from Connor.
Yep.
Who had asked about body work. And let me find it.
I remember the body work discussion.
Yes, he asked about matches where people work the tum-tum.
We talked about
this. John, you got anything for our guy Connor before I go into the...
We definitely did talk about this, I remember.
Matches
if we're
talking
about
or ribs.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of is the one of the Pogo Onita matches where Pogo, when Onita's laying like supine, just swings the fucking scythe down at his stomach, just stabs him a bunch. That is
God.
I mean, that's the first thing I can think of, because Onita gets up and it's just his whole midsection is covered in blood. Otherwise, I mean, fucking Roddy Piper worked the back, and I assume that doesn't feel good in the front either. Or Roddy Strong. Piper also worked the back, though.
Yes.
Shouts out Roddy Strong.
We had mentioned the Ayako Hamada Marako Yoshida match with the tummy claw. And then I mentioned the Fujiwara Tiger Mask.
Oh,
Cancer
that's
mask.
A great one. That's a great one.
So our email was from Connor saying, "Where can I watch that?" And I said, "You can't. Sorry.
I mean, it's out there.
Yeah, it's around."
That
was our other email. Yeah.
That one's been floating for years. It's the whole show's out there. It's not, you just gotta look.
The Steamboat Rick Rude rib cage match. I think that was one he mentioned. But he also mentioned, here's the last part of the Connor email. My wife has started listening to the podcast to hear you guys read my emails. So glad I've been able to grow your listenership, even if it's only about one person. John Connor sends us an email like every week.
Yeah,
he actually found the pod from being a reader of the Yard Subject to Change blog. So shout out Connor.
Shout out.
Where you can read both Obby and Jom's excellent writing 3 times a week, and you don't have to pay anybody. It's free.
You can pay me though. Send me a.
No. It's the payment. The free doesn't have to be the truth. You could you could pay me.
Obby has teased that he might start writing about Portland soon. And if you want to pay Obby to write about wrestling, you can do that. I don't know if he will, but you can still pay him.
I'll take it. I'm unemployed right now, so.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Take it.
You're on the ultimate Rumspringa.
Yes, I am.
The big one. Connor, thanks. I really hope that means that your wife listened to all 2 hours of this podcast just to listen to the one email we get a week. Yeah, if that's the case, thanks. Thanks, Connor's wife. If you guys have enjoyed this podcast, please give us a like and subscribe. Big thanks to Jom for coming on.
Check out Jom's blog, Dragon's Crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, check out
he just did an incredible article called Insect Soul.
Oh yeah.
It's real good.
All of my friends were like just gushing about the Insect Soul. Like it was a crazy time.
Well, thank you.
I
don't know what to say to that. There's no bit. That's just
there's no bit there. It's just like you did a good job. Good, like. Go read his blog. Go read Yard Subject to Change and see both of their works like I said, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Subscribe to this podcast, leave a comment if you want, send us an email if you want to get a hold of us, like Albie said, at fileunderfirepod@gmail.com. Apparently, even if you want to send him phallic pictures, he will accept it. But I don't know. I'm not checking it. Google.
I'm not a Zoomer. I'm sex positive.
Google may not like it, but hey, you do you. Google may flag you, but hey, that's not our problem.
Twitter marked our
Yoshi
tag clip this week as adult content for some reason.
But it did not clip the clip of Tenryu punching Koinoki in the jaw.
That to take a man's life. Yeah.
That one's perfectly fine. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you guys next week for sure. Next week, no more off weeks. Hopefully for a little bit here. I felt like it felt so weird. Thank you guys for listening. Go tweet Jom and tell him how much you loved his input on this podcast, because it was fun. He specifically asked to come on. This was not a we asked him situation. He wanted this. So
yeah, dude, I'm a mark. I'm a mark.
So thank you guys for listening. We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.